see here. All right. Some more Dave Ramsey. All right. So, how do I build my credit? Knowing Dave Ramsey, I know what to expect. So, he's just going to say, don't. Pretty much don't build credit because there's no need. But, let's see what they say.
Ohio is where Kyle joins us. Kyle, how can we help?
Hi, I'm 24 years old. I'm graduating from college in a couple of weeks, and I have about $40,000 saved up, and I have a salary job that I'm working. I make $70,000 a year. I have no student debt, and my car's paid off. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can best, raise my credit score. I have a 715 right now, and I'm just trying to get my credit up so I can get a loan for a house.
Interesting.
Wow, way to go, Kyle. You're off and running, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
what do you do for a living? I'm real curious.
Yeah, so I do supply chain for a major corporation in the area.
Wow. And Ayo's going to jump in on that financial question, but I'm just curious, going to ask one more thing here. What do you think your upward mobility looks like? Making $70,000 a year, you're in supply chain. What do you think the next couple of years looks like for you professionally, financially?
Yeah, so I have a really good job right now for the next 2 or 3 years, and then after that, I'll be making about 90 or 95.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
And then from
that's pretty good, young man.
I'm proud of you, man. How old are you again, bro? I missed it when you first said it.
I'm 24.
24. Okay, cool, great. Are you living at home with your parents, or are you out on your own?
I never made that much money being 24. Oh, Jesus.
Nope, I have my apartment.
Okay, cool, great, man. So let me ask you this question, because you said something about you got a 715 credit score. You want to raise it up a little bit more. Why? Like, why do you care about a credit score?
Yeah, so I'm just worried because I've never had to have a loan for like a car or student loans or anything that I don't show like that I might not be like lendable essentially. Like, yeah, I have 40,000 now, but like I don't show history of like, hey, we've lent you money and we can trust that you'll pay it back. Okay. Essentially,
so no history. So
I don't have a credit card.
You only have a credit card.
Yes.
Okay. What's on it right now? How much do you owe on a credit card?
So it has a $600 max. I usually put like $200 on it a month.
Okay. And then I guess you just pay it off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Great. So here's my thought process that I really want to help you walk through this. And this is what I hear from a lot of people, especially people in their 20s and in their 30s. Like, Anthony, I'm so scared to not have a credit score because I would not be able to purchase a home. I have no history showing if I do not have a credit score. I have no history showing that I can pay my bills on time. And that is a lie. Okay, that's a lie.
Okay.
You're paying your bills on time with your rent. You're paying your bills on time with your phone bill, your cell phone bill that you're calling in on right now, Kyle. You're paying your bills on time with your electricity bill, that you're paying every single month. You're paying your bills on time with your water bill. There's so much history that you have that if you take that history, right, and you go to them and say, hey, can you print off a history of my rent payments, print off a history of my electricity payments, my utility payments, all this type of stuff, and you bring that to a bank that does manual underwriting, they will look at that history and grant you an approval for a home loan. Not just because you have good payment history, but because you also have $40,000 sitting in the bank at 24 years old. You're also making $70,000 a year, and you're not bondage into any debt. Man, they will eat you alive. They will say, yes, son, let's go. We'll give you the house that you want because you are the best candidate for this particular loan. So when I hear people say, oh my gosh, I'm scared of a credit score, I'm saying shut up. Because the credit score doesn't mean anything. A 700 credit score just simply means you love paying your debt. So Cal, this is what I'm gonna tell you, man. This is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna calm down because I don't want to frustrate you. I know you're hearing like, man, Anthony, I just asked a simple question. You going off on me? I ain't going off on you. I'm going off on America. But here's the thing. Cut up the credit card, bro. Focus on building your net worth. Yes. Focus on putting cash in the account. Focus on building your dreams. Rock out with Ken Coleman. Let's figure out how do we get you 6 figures. Let's figure out how do we get 6 figures in your savings, 6 figures in your investments. Let's figure out how when you get this home, you pay it off and you own every single thing. Don't worry about a credit score. Right now, you need to worry about manual underwriting. Put more money into your savings account. I see you're in Toledo, Ohio, so you can get you a pretty good home right around 175 to about $300,000. Get 20% of that set inside a savings account. Cut up your credit cards. Get your income up. I mean, you're doing great, $70,000 a year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so you're a great candidate, but don't fall into the trap that America is trying to do, bro. I'm telling you right now, you're in a great place. Listen to me, listen to Ken, listen to Dave, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm just going to add.
All right, so that's all the advice he's gonna get. I have very mixed feelings when it comes to this type of advice, just because there's two options he can go. Either he can continue going down the route of building his credit, or he can just leave it as is. But again, we missed, at least for me, I didn't hear him say when he was gonna buy a house. So if he was gonna buy a house within 3 years. Let's just use that as an example. Let's say if he was just going to buy a house in 2 to 3 years. This is a hack that you can use. So if he really wanted to, he could get a personal loan for 70,000. He could probably get between 25 to 5,000 if everything else lines up. If his debt to income isn't really high. So let's just say he has like a $2,500 personal loan. What he could do is with that money, leave it in a bank account, and then just set it up on automatic payments. And each month, you'll be they'll be taking out the payment automatically. But then you're building that payment history, and you have also credit mix, because now he has an installment loan that's more reoccurring. Because with a credit card payment, what happens is that sometimes one month you may have a bill, sometimes you may have a little bit of a payment, so it fluctuates. So as underwriters, we can get like a baseline of how much debt you can handle. Obviously, he doesn't really have a high limit, so obviously we can't really make a decision based off that. But if he would just get a personal loan, yeah, he would pay a little interest on it. But it's kind of, how do I state it? Like, it's not the risk. It's the price you pay in order to build your credit. And again, it really just varies based off the interest. So if he's not going to be paying a lot of interest, which I imagine it's not going to be a lot of interest based off 2,500%. And again, he doesn't need to like get it for the full 3 years. If he at least pays it off in two, because again, when we're looking at open accounts on your credit report, we can only see two accounts. Two accounts, or not two accounts, sorry. We're gonna at least see 2 years of that open history that you have. It shows us when you've opened it. So we can engage how long you've had the loan, but at least like how consistent you've made the payments. It's only 2 years that we're able to see. So I don't the advice, because of what their philosophy is, I can see why they gave them the advice that they gave. But I haven't done this, but let's look at the comments and see what people are saying. All right, let's see. He's definitely killing it for 20. I don't think you guys can see that well. Never mind. All right. Well, that's it for that video. Let's go ahead and move on to this next one. Building and improving your credit score.
What's up, Einstein?
My network has gone kaput.
Sorry. Ooh, definitely not. Don't buy that. Don't get good into that ad. No. Ooh. Let me get out of there. Get out of there. Ooh. And again, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, and if you have any credit questions, comment below. I got you. All right, let's get into this next video.
CNBC continues its financial wellness and education initiative called Invest in You, Ready, Set, Grow. It's part of our partnership with Acorns, the micro investing app. And joining us now is Samantha Berry. She is the editor-in-chief of Glamour magazine and a member of CNBC's Financial Wellness Advisory Council. She wrote an op-ed for CNBC.com on the importance of building credit. Samantha, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a personal issue for you.
It's a personal issue, and it's also a feminist issue, right? Financial freedom for us at Glamour is the ultimate feminist issue. Women are paid less, they get less funding for investment. So when for what money they do have, they need to make sure it stretches further. And that's why credit rating and credit scores are really important. But 1 in 10 Americans like me when I came into the country are credit invisible. That's really stifling. And then 4 in 10 Americans don't even understand what goes into their credit rating. So I came here in 2014 to work at.
I predict she's probably going to say the same thing from the first video. Let's see.
CNN, and I had a really rude awakening when I realized that none of my European credit came with me. I was 0 on the credit rating score in America, so I had to learn really quickly how to build that up.
And what did you learn? How do you do that?
I mean, honestly, there's so much more information out there. One of the first things I said in this op-ed is you need to know your score. Every day, every week, you need to know your score and you need to know when it changes. And we are living in a world where you get a lot of those things for free. I'm a huge fan of Credit Karma. It's an app on my phone. If there's any changes to my score, both good and bad, I get notified. A lot of banks are doing that now, that they're offering that service. But just first of all, knowing your score is really, really important and what goes into it. I think also understanding the math. I think when I came to the US, understanding that credit utilization was something that I needed to understand. That's not the same in every country. Here in America, a lot of your credit rating is based on what is your line of credit and how little of that are you spending. So let's say if you have a credit line of $1,000, somebody with a good credit rating is probably only spending about $300 of that at any one given time. Those excellent people going towards the $850 are probably only spending $100 on that line of credit. So understanding that math is really important. I think the biggest thing for people that really damages their credit scores is the paying on time. Again, making sure that you're paying on time in that 30-day period.
And this issue of credit invisibility, as you called it on arrival here, it's a worse factor for women, you say as well.
It just in terms of for women are coming into this country or in this country at the moment already on the back foot financially. So their credit rating is something that they can have control over and change over time. Mm-hmm. And for us, we wanted to make sure that every woman was informed. And we talk at Glamour about having every woman having a fallback fund. We use a different language on Glamour, but making sure they have 6 months in order to fall back and leave a bad job or a bad lease. And for us, owning the credit rating is something that we want every woman in America to understand and try to hack a little bit.
I am so sorry for wasting your time. Let me see, building and improving your credit score. Was this accurate? To some certain degree. I don't think 100% it was accurate, so I'll definitely give this video a fail. Oh my god. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our